code conversion programs. We'll be writing the program to convert a BCD number to ASCII and ASCII number to BCD. Then we will be looking into programs where hexadecimal number is converted to ASCII and ASCII number is converted to a hexadecimal number. Then we'll be performing decimal to hexadecimal and hexadecimal to decimal conversions. Let us look into the logic for performing these conversions. Okay, so we should know the ASCII value for a number. ASCII stands for American Standard Code for Information Interchange. The hexadecimal number, when I say hexadecimal number, we'll be considering the numbers from 0 to F, and when I say BCD number, we'll be considering the numbers from 0 to 9. So for 0, the ASCII code is 30H. Similarly for 1, it is 31, 2, 32, 3, 33, 4, 34, 5, 35, 6, 36, for 7, 37, 8, 38, 9, 39. And the ASCII value for A is 41H, B 42H, C 43H, D 44H, E 45H and F 46H. So we need to write a program in such a way that for a given hexadecimal number or a BCD number, we have to get the following ASCII digits. So how to perform the conversion? So let us look into BCD to ASCII conversion. For BCD, the input can be in between range 0 to 9. ASCII value of 0 is 30, 1, 31. So let me consider an ASCII value of 8. For 8, the ASCII value is 38. So for any given numbers in between 0 to 9, we need to add 30H in order to get the ASCII equivalent for that BCD number. Coming to the program, ORG0000H indicates that the program starts at 0000H location in the code memory, that is ROM. Here the input is taken is in 50H location and the output is displayed in 51H location, and the input given is 9. Okay, so whatever data is there in 50H location, that is 9, it is moved to accumulator. Here the accumulator content is added with the immediate data, that is 30H. So here 9 plus 30H, it gives the result as 39H, and the result is stored in 51H location. This is how BCD to ASCII conversion takes place. Next, to perform ASCII to BCD. To convert ASCII to BCD, we need to consider the input in between 30H to 39H. So we need to subtract 30H from the given input so that we get the BCD equivalent of the ASCII number. So in the conversion, ORG stands for origin. Here the input is given in 50H location and the input is taken as 38H. In 51H location, the output has to be stored. So this is before execution. Let us see what is the output after the execution of the program. So the input is taken from 50H location. It is moved into the accumulator. Okay, now as per the logic, we need to subtract 30H, that is the immediate data, from accumulator register. Here, since the instruction means subtract with borrow, we don't have just subtraction instruction in microcontroller. SUBB stands for subtract with borrow. So the actual operation that takes place is A minus 30H minus the carry flag. We need to clear the carry before you use subtract instruction. So the carry is cleared using CLR instruction. Then the subtraction operation is carried out. The result is in accumulator, which is then moved to 51H location. So after the execution, input, it is there in 50H location, and the output, that is 08H, will be stored in 51 location. This is how ASCII to BCD conversion takes place. Next, we look into a program where we are converting the ASCII code to hexadecimal. Okay, let us see how the conversion is being done. First, you need to check if the input is in between 30H to 39H. Okay, because the logic is different if the input lies between 30H to 39H. For this, we need to get the output as 0 to 9. Suppose the given ASCII number, it is in between 41H to 46H. The result has to be in the range A to 0FH. So given any number, we need to check if the number lies in between 30H to 39H. If yes, then we need to subtract 30 from that number, or else we need to subtract 37H from the given number. Let us write the program. So before that, see in the example, suppose the input is 31. Okay, so we need to subtract 30. So the result is 1H. Suppose the input is in between 41 to 46. Here the input is taken as 41. We need to subtract 37H. So the result is 0AH. Okay, the program ORG0000H indicates that we are starting the code from 0000H location. The input is taken in 50th location, and here the input 42 is taken. Okay, for 42 we know that the output has to be B, and according to the logic we need to subtract 37 from 42 so that we get the desired result. So first let us see if the number is equal to 40H. CJNE A, #40H instruction is executed. Okay, so suppose it is not equal or equal, for both the cases it will come to the next instruction. Jump if carry. In this case, we have considered the input as 42. So this condition, jump if carry, in this case there is no carry, so the immediate instruction will be executed. We need to subtract 42 and 37, that is 42 minus 37H. Okay, after performing subtraction, jump last, and the result is stored in 51H location. We get the result as 0BH. Now let me consider an example where the input is 31H. Suppose input is 31H. First it is compared if it is equal to 40. So not equal, it will come to the next instruction. It will see if the carry flag is set. So what input I have taken? It is less. So yes, the carry flag will be set. So here this label, this instruction will be executed, carry is cleared, and the number is subtracted with 30. Okay, this is how ASCII to hexadecimal conversion takes place. Let us see how hexadecimal to ASCII conversion is performed. First, you need to unpack the given number. Let me consider an example of 4CH. First, unpack the number. Unpacking means getting it into unpacked BCD format. So you get the result as 04 and 0C. So how to get 04 from 4C? First you have to add 4C with F0. So we get the result as 40. But we need 04 from 40. we have an instruction, that is swap A instruction, which swaps the lower and the upper nibble. So we get 0, 4. Next, to get C from 4C, we have to AND 4C with 0F. Hence, we get the result as 0C. This is how we unpack the digits. From 4C, we get 0, 4 and 0C. Then each of the number, you need to check if it is in between 0 to 9. Because if the number is in between 0 to 9, we add 30H, else we add 37H. So here, the first number is added with 30H. So we get the result as 34H. And the second digit, it is added with 37H and we get the result as 43H. So for this input 4C, we get the output as 34 and 43H, which is ASCII value of 4 and C. Let us look into the programming part. Okay. Since we unpack the digit and then compare this, it is better to write the program using subroutine. So in this program, subroutine logic is being used. So RG0000H indicates that the program starts from 0000H location in the code memory or program memory. The input is taken in 50H location. Okay, so move A, 50H. So in 50H we have stored 4C. That comes into the accumulator. Okay, so first you have to get 0, 4. So what do? You have to perform bitwise AND operation of 4C with F0. You get the result as 40. You need 0, 4, hence perform swap operation. So in A you have 0, 4. The next step, according to the logic, we have to check if the number is in between 0 to 9. Yes, if S add 30. So here it comes to the subroutine. First you need to check if the number is equal to 10. Then no or yes, for both the cases, very next instruction will be executed. Jump if carry. So here the number input is 0, 4. A carry is generated. If a carry is generated, it has to go to the label L2. So the instructions written after the label L2 will be executed. So then you add it with 30H. So 0, 4 is added with 30H and the result is 34H. So once the subroutine is executed, we write once the subroutine is executed, at the end of the subroutine RET is written, so it will come back to the main program. Next, we need to find the ASCII equivalent of C. How to get C from 4C? Okay, first you fetch the input from 50H location, put it in accumulator. Then you have to AND it with 0F. So the output will be 0C. Then once again the subroutine has to be called. Okay, so it will come to the subroutine. The number 0C, it is compared with 0A, not equal. It will come to the next instruction. It will check if there is a carry. In this case, there is no carry generated. And as per the logic, if no carry is generated, then it has to be added with 37H. So add A with 37H. And the result is in accumulator, that is 43. Jump L3, it will come to the end of the subroutine, that is RET instruction will be executed and the control will be passed on to the main program. And in accumulator, 43 is the result stored, which will be stored in 52H memory location. Then jump last. So the program is terminated. Okay, this is how 4C is converted to 34 and 43H. So coming to the output. Here the input is stored before execution. You can see that input is stored in 450H location. Input is 4C. And 51 and 52H, these two memory locations are reserved for storing the output. So after the execution, okay, sorry, this is not before execution, it is after the execution. You can see that the ASCII equivalent of 4, you get it as 34 in memory location 51H, and you get it as 43 in memory location 52H. Next, let us see how to convert the hexadecimal to decimal conversion. Let me consider the input as FE. So, to get the decimal equivalent of FE, that is 254, that is of the result is in non-packed BCD form. Okay, so let us see what is the logic. First, this number FE has to be divided by 64H. 64H is nothing but the decimal equivalent value 100. It is divided by 100. So for division, you get two results. One is the quotient and the other is the remainder. You need to store both the quotient as well as the remainder. For this example, the quotient is 2 and the remainder is 34. Okay. Next, you need to store the remainder. Remainder is 36, and this remainder has to be divided by 0AH, that is 10 in decimal. So you get a quotient which is 5 and the remainder, that is 4. So the quotient which is obtained by dividing the number by 64H, and the quotient that is obtained by dividing the number by 0AH, and the remainder which is obtained by dividing the number by 0AH. This gives the complete result. So the complete result, that is a decimal result, is the quotient that is obtained by dividing the number by 100 decimal, and the quotient and the remainder that is obtained by dividing the number by 10 in decimal. Let us write the program for this. ORG0000H indicates that the program starts from 0th location in the program memory. Okay. Move A, 50H. This indicates that the data which is stored in 50H location, that is FE, is moved to accumulator. Okay, first you need to compare if the number is equal to 100, because if it is equal to 100 or greater than 100, then only you need to divide it by 100. Okay, so CJNE A, B. So FE as compared with 64H, that is 100 in decimal. Okay, and now check if it is equal. If it is not equal, the very next instruction will be executed. You need to check if there is a carry flag. In this case, the carry flag is not set. So you need to divide the number by 100 because the number is greater than 100. Div AB. This performs divide A by B operation. Okay. So in B you have 64H and in A you have FEH. Division operation is performed. The quotient is in A register and the remainder is in B register. Okay, store the quotient in 51H location. Okay, then further the remainder has to be divided by 10. Okay, so this 10 should be in B register. Hence move the contents of B register to A, then load B register with 0AH, then once again perform division operation. So in this case, the quotient obtained is 2 when you divide the number by 100, and the remainder you get it as 36. This 36 is divided by 10. You get a quotient and remainder. The quotient is stored in 52H memory location and the remainder is stored in 53H memory location. Okay, hence the hexadecimal number is converted to decimal. The hexadecimal number is given in 50H location. So when you divide it by 100, you get the quotient as 2. The remainder, that is 36, is divided by 10. You get the quotient as 5 and the remainder as 4. So the decimal equivalent of this hexadecimal number is 254. You are getting it in unpacked form. You get the result as 020504. And if you want the result as 254, then you can make some modifications in the program and you get the answer as 02 and 54. That is also possible. You can try for it. Next, let us see how to convert the decimal number to hexadecimal. Here I have considered the number as 97 and the hexa equivalent of this decimal number is 61H. First you need to unpack the number. Unpacking means you need to get 0, 9 and 07 from 97. This is done by ANDing the number with F0 and swapping. So you get 09 and swap 97 with 0F, you get 07. This is how we get 09 and 07 from 97. This we have already done in the previous program also. You can refer the previous program for the explanation. Next, the first digit, it has to be multiplied with 0AH. Whatever answer you are getting, that is product you are getting, that has to be added with the second digit. This is how decimal to hexadecimal conversion takes place. So for this example, 09, it is multiplied with 0A and the product obtained is 5A. This 5A has to be added with the second digit, that is 7. Hence you get the result as 61H. This is how decimal number is converted to hexadecimal. Coming to the program, here ORG0000H indicates that the program is written in 0H location in the program memory or code memory. The input is stored in 50H location. Okay, the input is 97. The data is fetched and it is stored in register A. Okay, so the same number, it is stored in a temporary register, that is R1. You have to perform bitwise AND operation of 97 with F0 and then swap it so that you get 09. So here bitwise AND operation is performed, that is 97 is ANDed with F0. You get the result as 90. You swap it, so you get the result as 09. As we need to multiply it with 0A, we have to load B register with 0AH because multiplication operation is allowed only with A and B register. Then perform multiplication operation. The product will be stored in A register. Okay, so whatever is there in A register, it is stored in R2 register. Then R1, what is there in R1? The input, a copy of the input which is there in 50H location, that is 97. Either you can store it in R1 register or directly you can take it from 50H location, doesn't matter. Then it has to be ANDed with the 0F. So the answer obtained is 07. So in accumulator you have 07. It is added with the product which is obtained earlier. Okay, so the result, that is 61H, it is stored in 51H location. Then the program is terminated. So here before the execution, you can see in the location 50H input 97H is stored. Then we unpack it so that we get 09 and 07. With 09 we multiply 0A. and we add 7 to the product. Hence the result 61H is obtained. This is how decimal to hexadecimal conversion takes place. Thank you.